Welcome back to the show, everyone. Our next guest joins us regularly, and we're very happy to hear that he's going to have adventures running all over the world.
He certainly is. Of course, you'll know Buzz Bishop from Crave FM. He also comes on our show to talk tech, but today we are talking about diabetes. How are you, Buzzy?
Hi, guys. World Diabetes Day is on Friday. It's Frederick Banting's birthday, and it's going to be a great event.
Who's Frederick Banting?
Frederick Banting's the guy who invented.
I'm glad you asked, because I was like, oh, yes, excellent.
Yeah, Sir Frederick Banting discovered insulin. He's a Canadian scientist back in the 1920s.
Thereby saving and changing lives.
Yeah, so if you call the Canadian Diabetes Association, the phone number is 1-800-BANTING.
Really?
Yeah, and so World Diabetes Day is on Frederick Banting's birthday, and we celebrate his discovery of insulin, which helps people live with diabetes, because up until the discovery of insulin, diabetes was a death sentence. Once you discovered that you had it, you were dead within a couple of days, a couple of weeks.
Wow.
Because diabetes, what it is it doesn't let the body process sugars properly. If you and I were to eat something, our body automatically, our pancreas automatically knows what to do and how much insulin to secrete into our blood to keep our blood sugars balanced.
Right, to balance everything out.
Right. People who are diabetic, they can't do that. So every time they eat something, it has to kind of be like a math equation where they're figuring out how much insulin to put in their body to counter-effect the
Which is why it's always pricking your finger and testing your insulin levels. And then I remember my aunt had diabetes. She always had to travel with needles and that sort of thing. Not a pleasant thing.
No. So we love Banting because he discovered insulin, and that's what allows diabetics to manage their disease.
And live.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's not a cure though. It just helps them manage it. And now one of the problems, because your blood glucose goes up and down, and you can't quite figure out how to manage it. You just have to guess on how to do it. If you think about it, it's your brain acting as if it's a pancreas, and we don't know how to do that. So now what happens is then you have eye diseases. A lot of people with diabetes often go blind because of the glucose going up and down, or losing sensation in their fingertips or their feet, or even having issues with their heart. So although diabetes can be managed to be lived with, people now still die from other side effects from diabetes.
Now, usually when somebody does all these crazy runs, they do it because they're attached to a cause, but you're just running for diabetes because.
Yeah, 5 years ago, I was asked to lead a team of diabetes runners to Reykjavik, Iceland, to run a marathon in Iceland. And I was like, a marathon in Iceland? Yes, I want to go. And really, that was the thing that got me in. And I know, did you run in Hawaii too, Mike, or was it just Fiona?
No, we both.
No, we ran for arthritis at the Honolulu Marathon in 2001.
Right. So there's all sorts of these marathons that get people together for different causes. Right. And it just so happens that diabetes was the one that I got attached to, and the adventures that you can go on. They've got marathons coming up with Team Diabetes where you can go to.
Crazy.
I know.
Prague,
Rio, the Gold Coast in Australia, or where I'm going to be running in June, which is spectacular Easter Island.
You're running a marathon on Easter Island.
It takes like a day and a half to get there.
Okay,
never mind the marathon.
The big thing is raising money, and you have, of course, been raising money because you have to raise what? Is it $8,000?
$8,000 for Team Diabetes to run the marathon in Easter Island. Because if you think about it, what they're doing is they're offsetting your transportation costs, and then you're making donations and raising awareness on top of that. So $8,000.
And you have a great sponsor. You've been raising money in all sorts of interesting ways, but I want to talk about your sponsor because I am obsessed with how you look right now.
She talks about it all the time.
Because you're always blogging about it and Twittering, but Mike doesn't know what that is.
No.
Tweeting.
But LA Weight Loss has come on board, and since we last saw you, how long ago you've lost?
That would have been the middle of June.
30 pounds?
30 pounds.
Okay.
Now we understand that
Look at before and after.
Your appearance
Seriously,
on the show was something of an your appearance on the show last time was a bit of an inspiration for you.
Was it the trigger?
Oh my God.
Was seeing yourself on TV the reason why?
Geez, that is nasty. Yeah, no, seriously.
But you've lost
how many chins?
30 pounds.
Yeah, and the funny thing is when I was telling people, when I went into the LA weight loss meeting and said I need to drop 30-ish pounds, and they looked at me like,
you haven't got 30 pounds to
And
lose.
now when you look at that, you're like, wow, one of those guys looks healthy, and one of those guys looks like Chandler Bing during the non-Vicodin days.
How much easier is your running schedule now that you're 30 pounds lighter and obviously in better shape?
Yeah, one of the things that they talk about in cycling, about how cyclists really try and nickel and dime the weight of their bike, and people are going, oh, I need these new pedals. They only weigh a quarter of an ounce. And the guy's like,
body's the same thing when you run.
Yeah, but they say about the bike, it's like, don't take any weight off the bike. Take it off the rider.
Yeah.
And so it's the same thing with running. So I ran 8 miles on the weekend, and at the beginning of the summer I couldn't run a mile
and it shows this combination not only for your running but for diabetes as well. Lifestyle and exercise, all those things, diet and exercise make a huge impact.
Sure. Well, when we talk about the two types of diabetes, type 1 diabetes is really what you're born with. You're going to get it no matter what. And that's like when we talk about the juvenile diabetes.
You're going to be using insulin in that stage. And
but type 2 diabetes is something that 80% of it happens to people who are overweight. And so if you can manage your lifestyle and if you can stay healthy, then you can avoid type 2 diabetes. Type 1 diabetes, your pancreas won't produce insulin. And type 2 diabetes, you're immune to the effects of insulin. So it's the same effect, although one is totally preventable just by living a healthy lifestyle, and that's why Team Diabetes is great.
And this is what you'll be running in.
How will people find you?
I have no idea.
Buzz, if people want to donate to you, they can find you on your
through
blog.
my blog. Yeah, and World Diabetes Day is going to be on Friday. The Sails of Canada Place are going to be lit in blue. That's one of the things.
Okay, well, we've got to get up because...
This, by the way, is the worst idea anyone's ever come up with.
And it's Buzz's idea.
This is the Diabetes Day logo. It's a circle, so we're all united. And on the noon hour on Friday, people are going to be hula hooping. It's called Blue La Hoop, and
it's not called Blue La Hoop.
See, now I can get behind it because it has a punny name.
Okay, we got to move farther apart here, and none of us can do this.
No, this is what's going to happen on the steps of the art gallery on noon on Friday, and look for the Sails of Canada Place in blue.
And they're going to do it for 14 seconds. I can't do it for
No. So I say...
What was the old one? You used to be able to do it around your neck, right?
You jump, right? And I used to do this in training.
There, I can do it around my neck, but I can't do it around my hips.
Well... You know
Unite for the cause. That's what it's about.
It is about that. It's about fun. And if you want to donate to Buzz to help him with this great cause, World Diabetes Day, as we mentioned, is this Friday. You can check things out at the art gallery.
Oh, no, we're stuck.
Or you can go to buzzbishop.com to find out more information. Thanks, Buzzy.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to take a
break. Oh, no, we're stuck.
And when we come back, we're going to talk about winter coats with Maeve Doyle.
Oh, dude, you almost did it.
No.